Hey viewers, welcome to Real Astrology. Once again, I'm Vanita Lenka. I'm a Vedic astrologer, and I'm going to be talking about this transit, which is obviously I've made this transit video earlier also, which was part one. I would call this a part two because I have not mentioned about the 12 signs in that video. How is it going to be impacting this conjunction of Rahu and Saturn? It's a very, very important conjunction, and it's not a short duration. It is for good 2 months approximately, when Rahu and Saturn are going to be joining in the Gemini Navamsa, that is in D9. Rahu is transiting through the sign of Taurus, and Saturn is also transiting through the sign of an earthy sign of Capricorn. They both are in earth signs, and in the airy sign of Gemini, ruled by Mercury in the D9. Rahu has already transited through. When I'm making this video, I made the part one where I explained what exactly this conjunction is about and how can it impact us all and what we should be doing on the Mahashivratri or in and around Mahashivratri time, the remedies. So Rahu is in the Gemini Navamsa since the 14th of March, and it is going to be there till the 9th of May. The Saturn is going to be joining this Rahu in the Navamsa of Gemini from the 26th of March all the way till the 24th of May. Please make a note of these dates. These are really, really important dates because whenever planets are, transiting through the Navamsas, they definitely impact us some way or the other. And they impact us more internally. We feel that we are internally growing or falling or deteriorating. So that impact is going to be there when Rahu and Saturn are going to be joining. I will just quickly tell you what exactly this conjunction means. And then I will be taking up the 12 signs. If you want to understand this conjunction even better, you can watch the first part, or you can watch the video that I had uploaded 4 days back on the Mahashivratri, before a day of Mahashivratri. So we know that Saturn rules our conditioning, and how we are supposed to be grown up, and in this world, how we are associated with the people around us. This also brings about the limitations, restrictions, and the structure in our lives. Saturn keeps reminding us our boundaries, what we should be doing and what we should not be doing, the karma, the responsibilities, the commitments. It also helps us grow. Basically, Saturn is a planet that actually reveals you, uh, you know, the limitations or the fear or sense of responsibility in the horoscope. That zone where Saturn sits, it defines all that. And North Node, that is the Rahu, because these are the nodes of the moon. North Node is the mouth of the dragon or the snake, we can call it. These are just the points, mere points, but they do impact us uh, very, very intensely because they can grasp the energy of sun and moon also. They eclipse sun and moon. So we must see where the Rahu Ketu is in our chart. And they are just 180 degrees apart, as we all know, in 1-7 axis. They always are together. I mean, right opposite, because it's just one and split into two. So if you want to understand what is Rahu and what is Ketu, you can go back and watch under my playlist, the tutorial section or the Rahu Ketu section, where I have explained about Rahu Ketu also, how the Swarbhanu, the demon, was split into two parts. And this Rahu is the conscious motivations relevant to the present and future, characterized by the desire for unfoldment of appropriate changes in our personal psychology. It is the Maya. It brings us to the world. And this is very, very important to know that when these two planets, these two malefics are getting conjoined in a particular sign, be it D1 or be it D9, there are certain impatience, restrictions, and problems in relationships also that we can anticipate. There can be problems with the authorities. There can be problems with the elders. Okay. So you have to be very, very focused in achieving your goals, because you can be deviated from the right path that you're following. And this can give you some kind of hindrances in achieving your goals. Be more spiritual. That is something which I just made the video on the Venus transit, because we are seeing that so many planets are clustering in the religious or the spiritual sign of uh, Pisces now. Sun is already there, Venus is there, then Mercury will also be joining there. And Jupiter is also going to be changing signs, is going to be going to the Aquarius sign from the 6th of April. So all this, put together, there is a frequent energy outburst that you will feel. Sometimes you will feel restricted. Sometimes you will feel that you want to be in that mode of achieving material growth, material comforts, that Maya that is attracting you. You're being pulled back to that, zone, that rut that you will be feeling. And so you have to be more knowledgeable, more restricted and refined. Bring that spiritual you back, uh, that the dharmic you, the inner you that is actually being suppressed over and over again, right? So that knowledge, that understanding, all that should be the expanding ones, not the material growth that you are always running after. Get connected with the older people, get connected and learn from them. Imbibe those feelings again, revive those feelings again, those self-disciplined. Okay, those feelings have to be very, very, very much predominant during this time. See, this is the sign of communication, Mercury's sign. So what happens, whatever you convey, it can be leading to something which, distress you later. The repercussions are really, really grave. So because it is happening in the sign of communication, travels, our neighbors, neighboring countries. So we have to strike somehow the balance. And as we know, Saturn is also the masses. So whenever Rahu energy is with Saturn energy, so there will be a lot of chaos in the masses also, and the communication will go haywire. There can be that the computer industry, or there can be that people on the individual plane, they just start getting very rough with each other. They can talk very, they can be very creepy. They can be very, they can hurt others' sentiments also. So Saturn being the hard task master, wants you to learn something, wants you to convey something in a very, very, manifest something in a very, very meticulous and a very restricted manner. And also it wants you to be more conservative in communication. So do not get carried away in whatever you're doing, in whatever, be more level headed, be more wise, be more competent, because the opposition is going to gain that kind of strength now. So you have to be more authoritative and you have to take that charge of your life now. So these 2 months are very, very crucial. Grow spiritually, be more inwards. Do not get carried away with the external forces, what they are saying, what they're doing. That's what I wanted to tell you about this transit of, which is very, very crucial transit. That's why I wanted to make a quick video on the same, and I wanted to convey you so that you are forewarned and you're prepared. So I would like to talk about the 12 zodiac signs as to how this transit of uh, you know, uh, Rahu and Saturn in the D9, uh, in the Gemini sign. So the positions will change in D9. Even if it is in Gemini sign, the houses change. I don't consider that. The bhavas cannot be the same because it's 9 divisions, so they can't be in order. So we must take the Gemini sign and superimpose in your D1 chart and see Rahu and Saturn's energy in the Gemini sign. We must also see the condition of Mercury. Mercury is transiting through the sign of Aquarius right now when I'm making this video, and will be going into the sign of Pisces from the 1st till the 16th. It will modify the impact. Then would be in the sign of Aries from 1st of April till the 16th of April. So that is again going to be modifying or impacting us even more aggressively, because it is the communication is going to go very aggressive, and Mars's sign is going to get active with Mercury's presence there. Mercury's logic and Mars doesn't know logic. So it is going to be the communication is going to get impacted again that time. May 1st to the 26th of May in the Taurus sign. From April 16th to May 1st in Aries, and May 1st to the 26th of May in Taurus sign. So Taurus sign, as we know, Rahu is there, Mercury will be joining there. So I feel that this is a little tough time as far as your communication, education, travels, and discipline is concerned. You know, these areas you have to be very, very cautious, and you have to be very careful individually. What I'm going to be sharing with you, which I did not tell you in the previous part. So in this time, during this time when for Aries natives, this transit is happening in your third house. Being in the second and the 10th, these Rahu and Saturn in Navamsa, when we bring Gemini sign, it is your third house. So this will bring about some communication gap with your own people. There can be some confusion at the place of work, and it can also form some connectivity issues with your own people, and confusion. So you have to be very, very careful as to what you communicate. This can be a little tricky here with this kind of combination forming. For Taurus natives, there is a lot of confusion because Rahu is over your head. So there is, as it is, too much of chaos in your life and confusion and deviation, which is forming right now. And with this, transit of, um, Rahu and Saturn in the Gemini sign of Navamsa. So this will bring about some clashes with your family members. Some communication gap can be there. So that is why I'm repeatedly saying that focus on the bigger picture. Do not get carried away. Focus on how you can make the relationships work rather than, going in for the breakups. So this will bring about some problems in your investments. So you have to work through your investments also, because Mercury is the stocks trade business as well. So being the second lord for Taurus natives, Gemini sign means you are going to be more communicative about your, investments with your family. You will be discussing all that, but there can be some confusion. So you have to mellow down a little and understand what the elders are saying. Focus more on the growth prospects. For Gemini natives, Rahu and Saturn are going to be in your first house for all this while. I've mentioned the dates in the beginning. So first house, definitely there can be more of expenditures on yourself or on your health. There can be some expenditures, or maybe you want to look very different, you want to change your look, so you are going in for some cosmetic thing, and you want to change your personality altogether. That is also something which you should be avoiding, because it can just fall apart and you will feel that why you did it, so that regret will be there. On the first house, in the Navamsa, we are bringing both the planets over your first house in Gemini sign. If you want to understand what I'm saying, please watch the video from the beginning so that you understand. Saturn is in the 8th house, looking at your 10th. Rahu is also aspecting your 4th house, your 8th house zone. With the combination, if we club all this, this leads to the foreign income also, generating foreign income and travels to the foreign land. And there can be some change of place also, which you can anticipate during these 2 months. So what the best thing would be for you, that focus on your education, your growth, your future prospects, which bring about something, some growth prospects in your life. So plan everything well. For Cancer natives, this combination, this conjunction is happening in your 12th house, being in the signs of the earth trichonas, that is the Taurus as well as Capricorn. These two planets are in the 12th house now. So they are going to be bringing about some relationships from the foreign land. You will come across somebody, you will be having some confusion as to what you want to do in the relationship. Maybe you travel, and while traveling you come across somebody, you meet your partner during this time, but there is a lot of expenditures on cards with this combination in your 12th house. You have to restrict yourself. Let Saturn supersede this Rahu, and do not get carried away in making decisions about your financials. Also, don't get carried away in expenditures. There is a very strong chance of losing out on a big chunk of money. Also, be careful, because Gemini is your, after all, the 12th house. I think I forgot to share the screen. I'm looking at the screen and it's not shared. And never mind, now that I have not. For Leo natives, this is happening. This combination, conjunction of Saturn and Rahu is happening in your 11th house. You have to be very, very strict with your, in your friend circle you move around in. There can be somebody who can backstab you, somebody who is going to, give you a wrong advice and then you suffer. So do not be too communicative with your own people around you. You trust, they can backstab you. So be more alert, be more watchful, and also, there can be some expenditures on your health, or you will be traveling out of or changing or transfer you're getting in your job. So this is quite likely. Your bosses might change as well. Okay, your seniors, your superiors. For Virgo natives, this combination, this conjunction is happening in D9 in Gemini sign. If we bring it, it is your 10th house. So in the 10th house, there can be that you have a lot of confusion at the place of work with your job. You are supposed to change the job and you're not finding a good, right way. So this can bring about some confusion in your life during these 2 months. So you have to figure out, you have to be wise, and you have to make right kind of decisions. It's all up to you, because this confusion is temporary. So make sure during these 2 months, do not make any hasty decisions regarding your profession. This is a very, very crucial phase. And in your business also, you can incur some losses. So make sure that you have that backup planned. Okay, the fallback arrangement is there. For Libra natives, this conjunction is happening in your 9th house, bringing those two planets in the, D1 from the D9. So for you, the major influence right now is on the 9th house zone activities, your education, higher learning. Maybe you're thinking of, going to the foreign land for further education, some university you are supposed to join, or there is something to do with your, investments also, your education, investments, travels, business. So you're going to be making certain decisions, and there's a windfall gain. There is some good gain also that can happen for you. In the breeze is towards your side. It is in your favor. Utilize it. You can be having some kind of confusion at home front. Maybe somebody who is going to advise you and you don't take it and then regret later. So you better be sure that you listen to the people, elders in your family. If at all you trust them, of course, even elders can go wrong, no doubt about it. But at the same time, you can depend on somebody who you can relate to. Then for Scorpio natives, this is happening in this conjunction of Rahu and Saturn in Gemini. Navamsa is happening in your 8th house, if I superimpose this. So 8th house will give you that, other people's money. So you are focused on, because Rahu is a materialistic planet, it's a Maya. So he wants you to enhance those capabilities to make money, the material growth, material comforts, marriage, relationship, communication, quite an outgoing planet. Saturn is restrictive. Saturn is judgmental. Saturn is quite, strict disciplinarian. So you have to work towards making money rather than taking the shorter route, because then you will be going nowhere, and you will have losses in your investments also, relationship issues also. So this is quite likely how you communicate your mind. This conjunction is not a good conjunction for you, especially for the health. There can be some skin related issues or lower abdominal region. You can have some problems, some, UTI, or, something which is, related to the lower abdominal region, male, female, you have to see. So, but yes, Saturn is quite helpful, to cure also. So if you are feeling, there can be some obstacles, but at the same time, you will find the cure at the end of the day. It is definitely going to give you some troubles in your eighth house zone when Saturn, Rahu are conjunct. So take care. And at the place of work also, you can have some problems. For Sagittarius natives, this is happening in your seventh house. Not bad. Gemini sign is in your seventh house. So this can lead to some communication more often with the outside world, maybe in business, trade, you're going to be investing, some foreign clientele, you're going to get connected, some for overseas connection is going to increase, and it is going to bring about some litigation also with your partner, maybe because it is happening, of course, in the seventh house, and it's forming a connectivity with your sixth house. Loans, debts, diseases, you have to be litigation, you have to be extra cautious. This is not a good combination. So for 2 months especially, make sure that you do not get carried away, or what happens, we get in impulse, we make wrong decisions. So you have to be very cautious. That is why I'm making this video, so that you people are aware that this combination, because this video is not there, nobody has made this kind of a video. So that is why I want to forewarn you guys. Okay. For Capricorn natives, this is happening in your sixth house zone. This combination, if we bring from the Navamsa Kundli to the first Rashi chart, so this is happening in your sixth house. So sixth house combination can also give you troubles at the place of work. So be careful, it can give you health issues also. Follow a strict regime, some disciplined, be, more meticulous in doing things, be more regular, be more punctual, don't procrastinate. You have that nature of procrastinating at the moment, so do not do it, because Saturn is also over your lagna and Rahu is over your fifth house. So there is some problem in your communication with your partner. In relationships, you can just, relationships can fall apart. I'm not saying it is going to happen, but you have to be cautiously conveying your mind, and maybe a very small thing can trigger to a bigger thing, and you just part ways. So be careful about your relationship, especially, and at the place of work also with your co-workers. You have to have that kind of chemistry where the bonding is required. For Aquarius natives, this transit of Rahu and Saturn is happening in your fifth house, because Gemini sign is your fifth house. And when they are conjunct in the Navamsa, we just bring them and superimpose in the D1. That is what I do, and that is how it should be. So when it is in the fifth house, so this will impact your relationships. This will impact some kind of detachment with the people around you. The creative energies might be towards the negative side. Maybe you're the darker side, I would say, rather than being on the conventional path. So you have to be more calm, more composed. There can be that you have problems and clashes at the home front. Your mental setup does not, or the viewpoint doesn't match up. So you have to have your form that chemistry and that bonding. Try to build that bonding rather than moving away or shifting away from your family. So this is definitely going to be on the improving side with the passage of time, because Rahu is going to leave on the 9th of May, and then Saturn alone is going to be there. So there is time limit. It is not that the whole 2 months are going to be really bad, but you be prepared for it, So don't have that kind of a separative kind of or detached kind of a feeling with your family members. For the last sign, Pisces, this transit of this conjunction of Rahu and Saturn is happening in your D9 chart in Gemini sign, which is your fourth house zone. So if we bring them here, they can be that, you know, you have you have some problems in your investments because Saturn is in the eighth house from Gemini. So it can give troubles to your mother, communication gap with your own people. You will not trust them. You will have misunderstandings with your people. So you have to be very, very, open-minded in that you don't build the chemistry in a negative manner. You bring it up in the positive way, and try to understand them even more. And this is not a good time to dispose of your property or real estate issues that you have to sort out. Not a good phase for taking such major decisions. See, the best is to be more spiritually inclined so that you can see what you're going through yourself. You know, you can introspect what is right, what is wrong. When you are meditating, what is happening? You are in silence, you're at peace, so you make right decisions. So in the fourth house, this is the house of happiness. And when two malefics are there, when you bring them from there, the D9 chart, this is definitely not good. That lack of peace is there. You're not able to make wise decisions also. You will have separative tendencies even more. So build that bonding, and you will be able to sail through this phase as well, I'm sure. So just relax and things are going to be very, very good. That's why I said, you know, the Rudra Abhishekam and chanting goddess and Lord Shiva's chants would be very good, you know, very positive for you. So enjoy each and every bit of all the transits, because they all are here to teach us something. They keep happening. Everything is meticulously planned in the sky for some reason. So do follow these videos and understand why I'm giving you all these tips so that you're well prepared in advance. Okay, so let me just check once again the chat. Okay, hi, ma'am. Gun. Okay, Nitya. Thank you so much, Nitya. Sangeeta, thank you. Thank you, Sangeeta. SM Rupam Das. Yes, hearts to you also. S. Tandon. Krishnendu. Okay, thank you so much. Yes, Gemini. So yeah, Gemini rising people, you just listen to what I said about Gemini, because Gemini sign is also going to be getting impacted. Thanks for your comments and knowledge. Thank you so much. Love your dupattas. Thank you so much. Har Har Mahadev. Har Har Mahadev. Uh, Farina Panzerati, can Jupiter help some for Scorpio? See, yeah, Jupiter is a big time saving grace. I'm not saying there is no saving grace. That is why I said that, you know, you have to surrender. You know, there is just the divine help that we all get. So you people should take everything in a stride. These are temporary phases. Rahu is not going to be there with Saturn for a longer duration, but in Gemini sign, definitely it is going to give you some problems, you know, something which is going to give you more complications. So be prepared for it. Be more spiritual. Be more, follow the remedies, personalized remedies, because I cannot give remedies in a general way. It is not advisable. It's like giving medicine to a person, to everybody, the same kind of medicine. It's not possible. So take care, and all the best, because you have complications in pregnancy. So you should be doing some some remedies for Jupiter offers some, feed the needy and the poor, and give some kind of charities to the disabled also. That will help you for sure. Yana, hi, how are you? Could you please navigate when is a good time to launch food business? Wait for Venus to come out of it and check where Moon is. Moon should not be in. It should not be a fourth, or I will not say that. It will be confusing, but it should not be a new moon or a full moon time if you're launching food business. And it should not be that Venus is compass right now. So you should wait for Venus to rise. That is happening after the 14th of April. So you can launch it after any time after 14th of April. Just see the new moon and the full moon time. It should not be that. So you said so far it wasn't good. You said so far it wasn't good. Okay, I didn't get that. What do you mean? Okay, always great listening to you, Sanjeet. Yeah, hi, Sejal, everybody. Conjunction of Venus and Mercury in ninth house. See, I'm not going to be taking all these comments. These are all generalized ones. Thank you so much. I want to close now. It's pretty late for me. I have to do so many other things also right now. I'm not done for the day. So stay blessed, everyone, and a big hello and a good night and a good day to some. Okay, stay blessed. Om Tat Sat.